Going green has become a household term in the past few years, but now some businesses are turning to the concept as well. Scott Walterman blogs about ways businesses can go more green on his website, scottwalterman.com, and he joins us now with some tips. Welcome, Scott.
How are you?
So you break this down into consumers, businesses, and stocks. Let's start with the consumers. You say that consumers are coming around more to the cost of going green, but at the same time, products are getting more expensive, getting more affordable.
Well, it's still an upper middle class marketplace because green is expensive. Organic food is more expensive. The light bulbs are more expensive. Doing the kinds of renovations are more expensive. But you're absolutely right. Like with everything else, the more that is made and the more you go into the grocery store now and you go up and down the aisles and everything has the green tag or the organic tag. So as that proliferates, it'll become cheaper and it'll become more widespread.
Well, for example, this week at Costco, I'm a mom, so I'm always looking for the cheapest detergent, but their green alternative was cheaper than their fragrance-free, other fragrance-free, and their regular version. So I thought that was an encouraging sign.
And you'll start to see that. And, I was listening to the top of the show, and virtually every story that you read, you can connect the dot to this green trend.
Well, that's where you had some numbers on your blog that really surprised me, quite frankly. You talked about the number of businesses and corporate executives that have been surveyed and that they are planning to spend more, even in this economy, in sustainability. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, there was a survey out where they did Fortune 500 companies, and they said, what are your plans for spending on sustainable and clean technology? And the number was 73% increase in corporate spending between now and 2010. It's a big number.
Even though some of those savings won't be realized for years and years to come if they put that money in.
But here's why. You're looking at a 20% savings in electric bills, 20% savings in water bills, and in this marketplace, it could potentially give you a marketing edge because it's something that you can tout in addition to the real savings. And 20% is, doesn't take that long to recoup that money.
If you're a business that is trying to go green, what are the ways that you can convince your audience that you've done this and that you have done it legitimately?
You got to be careful because people looking for green are smart, and so it's a trap that would be easy to misstep in. But I'll give you some examples. I was over at Tyson's Corner recently, and so I park and I'm walking towards the entrance to the mall and I'm looking at the signs, handicapped, 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 hybrid, hybrid. Well, the two closest or three closest spaces to the front door were reserved for hybrids. That sends the message to the customer, we're going green, and you get a perk for it. Other ways, that you can both be green and make money. I was looking for a place. I have an old computer. I want to get rid of it, but I don't want to throw it away. So I go on the net and I Google computer recycling. Well, Staples comes up, so I go to the website. Well, they'll take your computer for $10 a component. $10 for the monitor, $10 for... They throw the mouse and keypad in for free.
I got to get in and plug. My son's school, Key Elementary School, will take your computer and recycle it right now.
Well, I was driving over here too, and here's the trap. Goodwill will take it also. There was a radio commercial that I heard, and they said, hey, recycle your computer in a green way. We'll take it and take care of the components, because you know why? They're going to take it apart or sell it to someone who's going to take it apart, pull out the usable components, and resell them. So
let me ask you, because you are also one of the political voices in this town, you can manage to combine a few interests. What do you think the chances are for the Obama administration to get green more into business spending when they're trying to just save the economy right now?
Well, they've already, there's already a green provision in the bailout plan. There's money set aside for that. But I think, the thing that made me interested in this was the campaign. Every candidate was talking about these big numbers, employment numbers, savings numbers.
So you think it's happening? Great.
I think it's possible.
Scott Walterman, thanks for joining us. We'll have more coming up next. And you can check out Scott's blog at scottwalterman.com.